Here's a for sale quick check script, very closely related to the for rent quick check script. What you do is you say, "Hi, this is Jerry Castile. I'm calling on your ad. Sounds like I caught you in the middle of something." When they say, "No, you're fine. You caught me at a good time," you say, "Is your property still available?" Obviously, if it's not, we'll move on. Then you'll say, "Can you tell me about the property?" And that's when you got to keep them in line. Don't let them go off on a rabbit trail. You're just trying to build your rapport with them. You say, "It sounds like a wonderful property. Why would you ever consider selling it?" There's your motivation. There's your situation. You got to dig for both of those, but you should be able to get them from that question. That's your main qualifying question right there. Then you'll say, "Because I'm an investor who focuses only on nice homes in nice areas, can you tell me, is yours a nice home in a nice area?" Hopefully they'll say, "Yes, mine's a nice home in a nice area," and they won't focus on you being an investor. But we don't want to hide that, like I said earlier. Then you'll say, "Well, I don't know if there's a reason for us to be talking or not. As an investor, I have several different methods to buy your home. One method is for me to lease your property for a year or two and then completely cash you out of the home. Is that something we should probably talk about or not?" That's when you say that, and also at the beginning you say, "Well, I don't know if there's a reason for us to be talking or not." What you're saying is you're using the NLP again. You're acting innocent. You're acting like they can help you through the deal. You're acting like you don't know everything, and you're not going to pull the wool over their eyes. Now, you want to be careful, because we're not trying to pull the wool over their eyes by talking like this. It's just a specific technique that people in the business world use, and it's creative language. So basically, you want to say that. You want to say, "Well, I don't know if there's a reason for us to be talking." That makes them immediately want to say, "Yes, there is a reason." Then you say, "As an investor, I have several different methods to buy your home. One method is for me to lease your property for a year or two and then completely cash you out of the home. Is that something we should talk about or probably not?" A lot of times when you talk like that and you lower your tone as you're saying that, you're going off on the end or probably not. A lot of times that makes them want to come back, "Yeah, there's a reason that we should be talking because I'm interested in that." They want to counter the way that your tone falls off. They want to counter with a higher tone, and they want to completely opposite and balance it out and say, "Yeah, there's a reason we should be talking." So keep that in mind. And when you're asking them that, you're asking them the flexibility of their terms. I've read stories of where people have been so motivated and so desperate to sell that they've actually given someone $4,000 or $5,000 to lease option their home. They have given them. They haven't asked for money. They have given money as a seller to us, ERS, but another investor, to move their home. That's incredible. That's the kind of people we're looking for. What we want to do, one thing that we want to really focus on at ERS, I think, and it will be a very cheap method of getting motivated seller leads, is we want to start aging classified ads. What that means is we'll get a newspaper, say starting Monday, we'll go out and get newspapers, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll keep that whole week's newspaper, okay? And we'll let them age for, say, 3 weeks. For a for rent ad, if you see something that says for rent, you want to let it age 2 to 3 weeks. For a for sale ad, you want to let it age 2 to 3 months, okay? What that means is we'll start getting newspapers and we'll start putting them in piles. We'll start putting our ads in piles, and we'll let them age. So we'll call next Monday's for rent ad 2 weeks down the road, and that means that they're going to be much more motivated 2 weeks from now than they are today. So we want to start doing that. Same thing with the homes. We'll get one, next Monday, and then 1 or 2 months from now, we'll call them back, and they're going to be much more motivated. Some of them will have already sold their homes, but the ones who haven't are the ones that are going to be very motivated sellers, and that's who we want to work with. Continuing on, we want to get motivated sellers coming to us. One of the good ways that we can do that is putting a classified ad in that says, "I buy houses, no equity, no problem, call 1-888-745-8530, your extension, and free recorded message." We can also do something like putting posters out, putting posters or flyers. Jonathan and I have made flyers for a house that we've got under contract right now, and we've already got a bunch of responses from them. So I know that that's a good way that you can create leads. When you're doing flyers, you want to make sure and emphasize in all the marketing material that we do the following benefits that we can offer motivated sellers. We can offer them debt relief. That's huge. If we can, we need to put all these things on there because, this is what's going to help us find these people. This is what's going to have them coming out of the woodwork for ERS. Once we get our name out there, they're going to know we can do this for them, and we're going to put this on all of our marketing material. We're going to advertise that we can help in debt relief. We have instant solutions. They can stop agonizing over how to unload the property and just pass it on to us. We can offer them cash. We can offer them freedom from headaches and hassles of maintaining their property. We can offer them time. We'll take care of the paperwork, and they'll have free time to do whatever they want and not have to look over their property. We can offer them money. If we're not a real estate agent, and we won't be collecting a commission from them. They don't have to pay us anything. The tenant buyer will pay us, so we can offer them saving. We can offer them security. If we're an expert in our field, which we're all becoming, you can guide them to make an intelligent decision with their property, which, if they're very motivated, an intelligent decision would be to use us. We can guarantee a written offer, and they can count on our word because we'll put everything in writing for them. I mean, it doesn't get any more simple than that. We're going to just give them a written offer. If it's a good deal, we'll give it to them the day we talk to them, and we'll try to get it off their hands, and that's what we're aiming to do. What we need to do, here's a flyer that they have in the book that basically has all of these things on it, and we can take this and make something similar to it. We can change it around and put our name on it, but I'll let you get a good look at that. Alright, this comes to the part where when we get our motivated sellers calling in onto our hotline, this is how we're going to call them back, and this is what we're going to say to try to lock the property up on the initial consultation, whether it be over the phone or whether they come in or whatever. We'll say, "Hi, this is Jared Castile. I have a message here that you called about about a property that you want to sell." And they'll say, "Yes, I still have it," or they'll say, "No, I've already sold it," or whatever. If they say yes, then we'll go on. Sounds like I caught you in the middle of something. Did you see how my voice dropped off? Sounds like I caught you in the middle of something. That's, again, NLP. They're going to want to counter that and say, "No, you didn't. No, you're fine." Whatever they would say. And then you'll go on to say, "This sounds like a wonderful property. Why would you ever consider selling it?" What you're doing there, again, is finding out their motivation, finding out their situation. You dig to find that. So that's how we're going to talk to these people when we're calling back on the leads. And after you get through with their motivation, that's when you're going to go on to our motivated seller sheet that we've given you that has, you find out what they owe, the address of the property, all that, how much it's worth. That's when you'll go into that. But I would use this initially when you're talking to them, those three things, and find out, their motivation, their situation, because that's key, finding out their motivation and situation. Here's what we do when we go to see a house. When we've set up a time, through our scripts, this script and through the one we've already given you, when we've set up a time to go see the property, this is what we're going to do. Our goal is to establish rapport with the seller, obviously. So, what we're going to say is, "Hi, Mr. Seller, I'm Jared Castile. It's nice to finally meet you in person. Thanks for inviting me over to show me the property." The word invite is key. The seller didn't invite you, but by using the specific word, the seller will see that you're not just an investor, but more of a guest. It's another NLP thing. You say invite, it makes it seem more like you're a friend instead of an investor.